Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joel Duggan and we are in Minecraft today. We're going to pick up where we left off on the command center. We were working on the roof and the ceiling and the supports and the logistics, and I'd like to try to get my head wrapped around that if I can. We might pop outside and work on the outside walls a little bit too, because I need to figure out where these elevators are going to sit as far as the depth goes. So that's the plan. There is a new episode of the Spawn Chunks out right now. You can check that out on YouTube or on your favorite podcasting app. There's also a video version on Spotify, but I would encourage you to check out YouTube. We talked about a lot of cool stuff, and Johnny and I share screenshots about what we've been up to. Johnny's pirate ship build is really, really cool. So I would go check that out on YouTube at the Spawn Chunks. Thanks very much for being here. We've got Cosmic Dancer kicking around in the background. We've got Dan Grace and Mikatu kicking around as well. Hope everyone's having a good week so far. She's a Tuesday all day long, last time I checked. So, up here, we have what will be the 4th floor and some sort of chamber in the middle, power core thing in the middle. And we also have the supports. Now, the thing is, in order to add depth to this, I don't think that this is all going to line up just like that. I feel like I need to do a little bit more in terms of measuring things out. I'm also not entirely sure if I want to come in flat here or if I want this to be up a little bit higher. So I feel like I should just make that decision and maybe fill in a little bit of the top floor here. So I find that when I make supports like this, I get attached to seeing this kind of a shape, like this kind of strut. That's not going to be there. Like, this is going to be a flat surface, not supports. So I feel like I should probably fill that in. That's also going to inform where the elevator is height-wise. I think we did adjust that a little bit last time. But I think what I'll do is I'll just grab some stone and we'll just fill, maybe we'll fill a quarter of this in. The quarter that we're working on. It's all temporary because I will want to add depth to this at some point. At least I think I will. I don't know. But one thing I am definitely not doing in this build is making things just like 1 or 2 blocks thick in terms of the floors. It's always beneficial to have the floors be at least 3, if not 5 blocks thick, because this gives you that depth that you can work with. We'll need a little bit more stone, it looks like. Mr. Miley, hello, hello. Nadila, good to see you. Did everybody in chat listen to the Spawn Chunks yesterday? We talked about birds in Minecraft and how Johnny and I would like to see a number of different birds brought to the game. My big one was owls, chickadees, and the questions I had were about larger things like birds of prey, eagles, vultures. Well, vultures are carrion, but you know what I mean. Big birds with like talons and beaks and stuff like that. And I might as well get some polished diorite, and we'll make this a wall as well. So this is probably going to be taller, but the experience I want is coming into this room. You can imagine now something central here, but this is a decent amount of space. I feel like if I wanted to, I could probably turn this into a series of landing pads, because I feel like this is a big enough space to build a small ship if I wanted to have it look like there might be a spaceship sitting in here. I think that could be doable. I think that could be doable. I'm going to add just a little bit more stone. Yeah, I feel like we could put some sort of landing thing there. Oh yeah, I shared a shoe bill, and if you were part of the live chat, I googled a couple of images of a shoe bill stork, and in one of them, the shoe bill stork is eating a monkey. Like, it is a weird, large bird, and it chatters its beak, and it sounds like a machine gun. And because the beak is like, I don't know, 18 inches long, it's huge. Dalara, subscribing on a tier 1, 17 months. That's amazing. Thanks so much, Dalara. Over a year and a half. That's incredible. No, almost a year and a half. Coming up in a year and a half. Joel does math. Mikatu liked the discussion. Understandable that birds have several implementation issues. Oh yeah, no, I think Johnny and I did a decent job of saying like there are some birds that would be challenging. I do think penguins would be easy enough. Not I say easy enough relative to other birds. I feel like penguins would be an easier bird to add. I think flightless birds would be easier, like ostrich, emu, penguin. Yeah. Something I didn't mention, I was talking about shorebirds as well, like seabirds, and puffins would be really cool. Now they fly, but as a seabird, I think they're pretty cool. They're also really colorful, and that fits the vibe of Minecraft really well too. Okay. I think that's good. What I need to do now is go down the stairs and see what that looks like with a roof. This is the first look of what this command center is going to look like with a potential ceiling on it. Yeah, we're going to have to put something. This is going to have to get lit up. So that's probably going to be a little bit lower if I want it to stick out. We're definitely going to have some sort of like spoke or light pattern. Maybe I can work out some sort of circuit board type pattern there, because otherwise that's going to be super dark. I really need to figure out what this is going to be like. Is that... I can't remember whether that's the outside or not. I think it's the inside. Yeah, that's inside. Maybe we could have something that kind of pops up there. I think one of the tricks to using the elevators is holding down either left or right when you're going up the elevator. It's weird to not have this be symmetrical on the outside. I just don't want that to be a color. That could work. Because then we could have some sort of light here, maybe. Although, well, we could put that on the side. How deep is this? That's tricky. I think I need to fill in this top part. Jody Illyria, hello. So, for folks in chat, like what bird or birds would you like to have added to Minecraft? Can I just say the transition that you two made was chef's kiss? Johnny made some comment about the drop, and you said something like a transition about to things with wings, and then Johnny said, speaking of things with wings, how is the command center going to be? Oh yeah. Yeah, no, Johnny and I are pretty good at that kind of stuff. I think it comes from Johnny's writing skills. In both D&D and writing and doing the Hermitcraft recap. Also, yeah, we've been working together for almost 8 years, so there's that. 8 years? 2018. Yeah, it'll be 8 years in August. Owls would be nice. I think owls are probably one of the easier. I say easy. I know it won't be easy, but I like of the difficult things to add to Minecraft that are birds. I think owls might be one of the easier things to add. All right, I need to get up into that section. What I should do is make a little scaffolding bit right here. Oh, never mind. That's my command. That's my workstation. There we go. That feels pretty solid. We might even be able to cut into that a little bit. I might want that to arc up a little bit higher. So we might be able to take this part away. So if I was to, let's maybe remove this one. So we've got this entrance that's 5 blocks, and then we'd probably want 3 blocks. And then let's just say, what's another easy block to destroy? Let's use andesite. Well, I guess we just use diorite. I need to make more diorite. So we could 1, 2, 3. Let's just do like something like this. I'm thinking about like the markings that are usually on the ground when there's like a ship, something. That's an even number. We might not want to do that, but you'll get the idea. Sort of looks like a landing pad. I'm thinking about, you know, No Man's Sky? For anybody that's played No Man's Sky, when you come in and land at a base in No Man's Sky, you kind of come in and then you land on on the landing pad, but then the landing pad will like turn you around so that when you take off, you're facing in the right direction. And I think that could be kind of cool to do something like that there. I might want to push it back just a little bit. This doesn't quite feel like enough room to walk around it, so we might want to go inside of that a little bit. Or maybe I've just created the outline of it, and then the gray part is the size of it. Like as I'm walking in here, I'd like to be able to go this way. I mean, granted, my stuff is in the way. But like, this doesn't feel like a lot of room. I feel like maybe a little bit more would be better. You only have ideas for the ostrich? Gulls would be good. Yeah, we mentioned gulls on the show. That was the biggest thing that we had too, was a lot of birds, like seabirds. You hardly ever see just one. Normally you have to have like flocks of them. So seagulls would be great, but like, how do you do that many entities in Minecraft to make it look decent, right? Robins. You talking about, Jody, are you talking about UK robins or American robins? Because they're different, very different looking birds. I think that people get a little hung up on like really specific real world birds too. I think that it would have to be pretty generic, because the more specific the bird type, the more local it is, and the less that people that play Minecraft worldwide would understand what it is. I would really like to see if I could come up with a way to do a chickadee mod. I think that could be kind of fun. Yeah, it's similar to like a helipad. That's a decent way to look at it. Although this is going to have a ceiling on it. Oh, did I screw that up? No, I'm just missing a stone. Okay, so if we've got that, we obviously need to have some sort of lights. This to me looks too thick now. So I kind of want to shave that down. I like the idea of having some sort of vertical light source here. We might have to add more depth to this wall. All right. So this actually comes up inside the wall, although it actually just gets covered up by the outside, depending on how this goes. So we might have to think about moving this. Do I want this to go? I don't want this to go out any farther. So if we use that elevator, that's kind of where it has to be. Okay. This might have to get a little bit thicker before it gets thinner. I might have to start at the bottom. I like all the detail that they've got, the dark spots in the layers. And we've got the space to do that. That's gray concrete. Look for some reference here. I don't know why Windows will not keep Chrome on my list of like open with. Like you right click on an image and you say like open with this application, and Chrome just doesn't seem to want to stay on the list. I wanted to share with you my idea for some of the details. So that's the original concept. I really like the colors on this. And I like the depth and design of those ones, like the kind of like the Y shape. So what I'm imagining is, first I should sleep. I don't think a lot of people realize how big gulls are. I mean, yeah, unless you live on the coast. I do, because I see them up close and personal. But yeah, I think that people think that seagulls are like crows, and they're much, much bigger. I mean, some. I shouldn't say. There's so many different subspecies of gulls that, like, some of them are small. I can't remember which it was. It's like a harbor gull or something. There's different classifications in terms of their size. Like, I think the North American seagulls are bigger than UK gulls. Yeah, we were joking around about the ostrich. I mean, I don't know how you do an ostrich in Minecraft without knees. Anyway, so what we were just looking at, you can sort of see the Y shape happening, but I'd like to have something that kind of like comes in here and then goes down. So this stone ridge here is going to get higher. Like, it's going to come over here and then go down, and then there's going to be some sort of detail in here, I think. And that means that this might have to come out. I don't know exactly how we do this. And one thing I don't like about my design versus this one is this one has a much sturdier base. Mine feels like it's on a much narrower base. And so as much work as it would be, I might want to extend this somehow. I don't know how I would do it. I did a lot of work on these and it looks pretty good, but I don't love that transition. And if this was out farther and this door was more like a tunnel, I think it could look a little bit better. Like, instead of this angle and that angle, right? You can kind of see where I got that idea. It might be better if this came down and then just kind of went right there. I mean, it would still be 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 6. It wouldn't come out that much farther, but it might be enough. I'd have to try one and see what it looks like. Oh yeah, goose would. We didn't mention goose at all. We talked a little bit about waterfowl. We talked about ducks, but we didn't really get into like goose or swan. Basically, anything that has a long neck becomes really wonky in Minecraft because they have to use boxes to. Because Minecraft wouldn't let anything be on an angle, right? They're not going to be hightail, unfortunately. I think that if they eventually got more modern with their voxel designs, I think that Minecraft would look a lot better. Oh, sometimes I feel self-conscious on stream when I'm doing a lot of looking and thinking and I'm not doing a lot of building. All right. So the top of this does have like a midsection. So let's put that in. I would say that that's probably 7 blocks, maybe? It's on an angle, which is going to be really tricky. I think I got that right in the middle. We'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't remember how tall that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's 11. Let's go up 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. No, let's go 6. Okay, 7 is too wide. We'll go 5. 2, 3. Keep on pressing the wrong button. I might have to make this taller. Yeah, 2 at a time is better. Yeah, this is going to have to be taller, I think. Right, I guess I should put a ceiling on this and see what it looks like. That's definitely tall enough. Could that be lower? Goldfish grandma, you think it has to be what by 2 blocks? Context is king. That might be too low. What does that give me? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. We'll split the difference. I don't want to have a 10. I don't want to have an even number. I'd rather have 9. feel like instead of going down 2 blocks, if we went down 1, we'd be okay. You said to raise it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, when I first built it, I thought I might be building the inside height as opposed to the outside height. I gotta remember there's a roof over some of this now. Oh, there's usually a stream delay. Also, I don't catch everything in chat right away. I don't look over at chat like every 10 seconds. So, but I appreciate it. I know that it's an easy mistake to make. I shouldn't say mistake. It's an easy thing to not think about. All right. So let's put this here. And that gives us room to go up a little bit if we want to. I think that still feels grand. I think that still feels big enough to be a hangar. So, like I think I've seen Star Wars ships take off from spaces about this big, so I think that should be okay. So this is going to have more of this. Yeah. Now, the inside is going to be different. So I might have to push this out by a couple blocks. I want there to be some depth here. Maybe I have to reverse this. So in the concept, you can see this middle section here, the very central tower, is behind these 2 towers on the left and the right, or this structure. Maybe I should interpret that differently and have the middle section be over it, because that would solve the problem of trying to hide the elevator. So instead of something coming down inside of here, I'd still have to cover the elevator. What I should do is maybe have something come down on the outside of it. This may or may not look good. Guess I should start from the bottom. I'd have to pick a different material. And probably go out farther. I think that could look okay. I'm also not sure how this is all going to connect to the roof. I've definitely got a bunch of odd shapes converging in places that I have not thought about. Yeah, like what? Where does that roof end? I think this roof is going to have to get cut back. I feel like there might have to be a substructure here. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be the case. And that gets us a good couple of blocks out past the elevator. I was talking on the podcast yesterday about how I want to cover these up, but at the same time, they do look cool from this side. So I might just make something similar that we can see, maybe in purple instead of yellow, and have like a light well in the middle here. I think I really like how it helps with the verticality of everything. I like that there's like this flow down, and I think having something vertical in the middle is going to be helpful. Oh, that's right. There's a time change. It's currently 10 a.m. for me. So for some of you, I might be streaming later than normal. Or earlier than normal? Earlier than normal, I guess. Earlier, yeah. Okay. I like the idea of having some vents in here. This is very tricky. If that was out farther, that feels really weird. I like it better on an inside envelope, but that's going to be hard. I think I had spaced this on an odd number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah. I could go as low as 11. I don't want to ditch the skylights just yet. I'm not ready to, because I like the idea of them, but we might have to. Or maybe we make, I think I said this before, when we do the other roof, maybe what I'll do is I'll experiment with having perpendicular skylights instead of parallel. Anyway, I need to take a short break. So if you're new to the channel, I do this about once an hour. It gives me a chance to refresh my coffee. Gives you a chance to do the same. Maybe grab a friend if you're watching the stream and let them know that I'm live and we can all hang out. You can also, if you're watching this later on Joel Duggan VODs on YouTube, you can like the channel. No, like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that kind of stuff. I've done this for a while. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Anyway, just if you enjoy the content, then find more ways to get it to yourself and friends, because I would really appreciate it. I'll be right back. I think one of the more difficult things about this is trying to imagine something in 3D space in Minecraft on a 45-degree angle. And I'm having a hard time with it. So I think I'm just going to have to bite the bullet and do some building. Just like put a bunch of stuff in, knowing I'm going to probably have to rip it out. It'll be the only way to go. And one of the more frustrating things is that I haven't finished the bottom. And so it's hard to build in the air. And I don't want to use the happy gas because it's so slow. So I think I'm going to switch gears. I'm going to try to attempt to fill in the bottom. That, or we can just go do another roof. I need some more carrots. Herschel King gifting a sub. Thanks very much. Matt Scott is the hummingbird. You got a gifted sub. That's amazing. You can now join the Discord. If you connect your Twitch and Discord accounts, you can join the Joel Duggan Discord. Thanks again for the support. That's awesome. All right. I don't think I want to bring that down. There's definitely a bunch of verticality that's happening in there. There's 1, 2, 3, we'll say 4 layers. If I cover that up, that's at least 1 layer. So 4 layers really add some thickness to this. So we're not going to have the same amount, I don't think. I like this connection, so I'm going to have to do some sacrifice here, I think. I think this might have to get thicker, or this might have to get shorter. If that gets shorter, I think my life gets a lot easier. Yeah, I need some more diorite. Let's go get some more of that. Man, it is really dark when it rains. Is that a big enough gap? Maybe it doesn't have to go all the way up. But I think that would make my life a lot easier. Because that would mean I would have enough depth here to do what I want. Another block. Let's use... I need something that stands out more, that is not so difficult to mine. I guess we'll use stone. It's really dark. First time in chat. Herschel King, thank you. That's awesome. I'm assuming you're coming over from the spawn chunks? One, two, three, four, five. I feel like that's some decent depth. Not quite as much as I thought. I feel like this maybe has to go as far back as we can get it. And that really doesn't give us a lot of room. Yeah, man, creating depth on angles is so tricky. That's not bad. But then I feel like this other thing has to be even farther out. I mean, I guess I could have it come out by 2. That's fine. I just like where it is here. I don't want to move it any farther forward. And if we continued all this stuff to the ground, we might have a better footprint. What do you mean, what is it I'm constructing, Mikatu? It's the wall. I wouldn't know where to begin with this section. Nadila, that's why it's still bare. Because I don't either. I don't either. If this continued back, it's going to be a problem. That, yeah. I want to try to avoid having a giant octagon bottom. We had that at first, and I got rid of it. I think if I got rid of this stuff, it would be clearer. And even here, this could go up a little bit. We had those on angles. I think that would look okay. So you can sort of see how this is going to inform how the top connects. Because now that feels really, really deep. I guess this could come out in sections of 2 blocks. Let's try that on the other side. Sometimes you just have to lay the shapes down to kind of see what works and what doesn't. That's going to cause some clash visually. Well, there's enough depth there that it might work. If I did that back here, two, that doesn't really work. I like that there's more depth here and there's something sturdy for this to attach to. Right, so that lines up. I think that could work. And that gives us a little bit more depth to play with here. Yeah, I think I like that better. I'm going to have to redo this section. I don't think I'm going to keep those the way that they are. But that gives us enough room, I think, to cover up both of these and not have to worry about the position of the elevators. So it's just these two. You just close your eyes when he leaps. Where was it? The Modern City? I think Cosmic was always after me in the Modern City in Southport. I had an idea for Southport, actually. I was watching some YouTube videos the other day about design, and I might change Southport from being a modern city to being a mid-century modern city. I think that could be really fun. And I think what we've got in there already sort of works with that. Yeah, I think this is working. Yeah. Also, there's an idea. Imagine, I guess I don't want to have the beams go all the way up to the sky like that. It would be really cool to incorporate beacons into the build, but Minecraft, unfortunately, the way that beacons work, you can't cap them. I wish you could stop them. I would love to be able to control the height. I jumped out the building on purpose. Oh yeah, 100%. Wouldn't you? So contemporary? No. Contemporary is different than mid-century modern. I honestly, there's a lot of stuff in contemporary architecture that I really don't like. So obviously it's not going to be the same all the way up, but that does give us kind of like a baseline. To at least build something on. I feel like this could have a structure out like this on the bottom of this. So here we could have this built up here. Probably high enough that we'd want the roof to terminate with it. I like that better. And that does give us room to then have this be a little bit more forward, which is nice. Although, we don't have much room there. Tinted glass would be the perfect cap for beacon beam light. Made of glass but doesn't let light through. The issue there, of course, is that you can still see it. But, yeah. I mean control it as in like a setting, but yeah, having something to put on top of it. That would be a happy medium, I guess. Sorry. Wrong button. All right, where does it start? This is in line with the front. And it starts 2 away from the inside. Right there. think I got that right. Map to the rescue. One, two, three, four, and then 2. Yeah. And that sort of looks like a mini octagon, sort of. So imagine these also going down in sections. So if I was to flip over here. Whoops. And then bring this down. Dang it. What? Keep forgetting there's a ceiling. So 2 there. Go 2 here. 2 there. And 2 there. And then just bring all this down. And I'm out of stone. One shape we could be working with, something like that. It might be more obvious if it was 45 instead of 30, but I think the thing to do is going to be to layer in some stone. I'm probably going to have to replace this. I don't know if stone is going to be my block of choice, but I did use a lot of stone inside in these sections, and it looked okay. But it's just it's an easy block to remove. Oh, I guess we'll just go that far. The ceiling will get you using the elevator soon enough? That's fair. That's fair. You can sort of see the idea coming together. I think this might have to get cut off somehow. All right, let's just put the rest in. If you had told me a few years ago I would be using this much diorite in the build, I would have laughed at you. No way. This is a tall build, man. Especially when you get to see like a glimpse of like the pit. All right, this changes, doesn't it? So starting underneath the roof, it goes down by 2. So tell my Minecraft character gets a nosebleed from vertigo whenever I come to drop stuff off. Really? You find it that disorienting? Now I wanted to try to do the same thing here. Maybe we'll just try starting this up higher. Uh-oh. We'll see how this has to turn out, I guess. that's a long way down. Don't really have anything dark enough. I guess we'll just use this for now. Just trying to add a little bit more depth to the top. I don't know if this is successful or not, but I'll give it a go. And not my favorite. But you get the idea, the shapes I'm trying to go with. It's not quite like the drawing because I can't do curves like that in Minecraft. I wish I could. I think the scale of stuff in Somerville and then compare that to the scale of this, it's like my 4'11" shortness standing next to Mr. Cosmic, who is just short of 6 foot. Yeah. I guess you're just always looking up, huh? One of my favorite Superman lines, when he threatens Lex Luthor, who like builds the tallest building in Metropolis in the cartoons, is Superman says like, "Hey, if you ever need to find me, just look up." And you can just see it grates on Lex. It's really funny. It's like a really polite but super deep insult because he knows how Lex doesn't look up to anybody. Like it's pretty good. Funny how stuff like that sticks with you. So that still gives us enough room to put like a layer covering these elevators. So this angle is really far away from that angle. I'd like to bring them closer. I think that could be cool. I'd still keep it at that shallow angle though. I'd probably kind of figure out where this would kind of end and then maybe aim that at the same point. So it'd have like a hub. Does that make sense? I really don't know about the footprint. Like I'm still not sure what to do down here. I'm probably going to have to come out with some other layer. This is a weird connection too. I'd like to try and fix that up. Yeah, we got a lot of stone on the outside here too. Did I decide? Yeah, I think I that was andesite at one point, but I think I switched it to stone. Yeah. Two. That goes up far enough. That's the middle. Something like that could work. That doesn't line up. That's weird. Oh, because that's not the middle. Oh, that's wider. That's why. Nope, that's not right either. Bizarre. Oh, that is 3 wide. Okay. Oh, it came out by 2. Huh. Fantastic Sherlock Fox, hello. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's something I like or not. It definitely gives a more robust kind of like star pattern to it. I would probably connect this. layers here would be probably a good idea. I'm definitely getting someplace. I do feel like I need to add, or at least consider the outside. We decided 9, so we'll probably go up by another block on the outside. Or 2. Now I got to figure out the ceiling inside here. All right. I need to take another break. Thanks for hanging out this morning, folks. I'll be back in just a few minutes, as per usual. And if you don't mind, follow me on social media. It's just Joel Duggan, very easy to find. Blue Sky, Twitch, Twitter, wherever you want to follow, so that you'll get notified whenever I go live. I'll be right back. Let's get a frame for the ceiling, I guess, on this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need more stone. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So then if this is 3 thick, 1, 2, 3, that puts another layer here. So then in total, that's 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. Maybe we only need to go to 11. Because 9 inside is plenty. I think I could make that work. I think someone before the break suggested skylights in the roof. This is going to be a floor, so the inside won't have a skylight. We might be able to put a skylight here. I'm not entirely sure. So the idea is that there's going to be something else on top of this. And it's considerably smaller in the concept. So, not sure what kind of a guess that is. Maybe like a third the size. I would say maybe I'll just walk out until I'm out in the right spot. About right. Just figure out, as long as this is maybe an odd number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That works out well for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 14 from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14. Let's try that. See what it looks like. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14, and 28, 29. Oh, I don't remember what website. Minecraft shapes. Octagon. This is going to be 29. $14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Two, 3, 4, 5. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Four, 5, 2, 3, 4. That's maybe where the center thing is going to happen. Oh. Right. A lot more depth than I thought. Still, that feels okay. The reason why I wanted to do that is because somebody was asking me about skylights, and then that leaves this space here as the exposed ceiling. So this is the door. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fortunately, it's an even number. Wait a minute. Oh, because it's an odd number out to here. I maybe should have brought this in by 1. That would have been smarter. If I do that, then it's going to be 27 instead of 29. 12, 24, 25. That's weird that I'm looking at this website and it's 27 is not the diameter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 25, not 27. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 and 12 is 24, plus 1 is 20. What? Maybe it can't do 27? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. That's weird. Why is it doing that? $27 should be 13 and 13, not 12. Yeah, weird. Oh, I'm not going to put big windows up here. It's a hanger. The doors are going to be wide open. We've already got big windows in the other sections. Maybe it doesn't count the middle block. I mean, it has to. It's part. The middle block is part of the diameter. I mean, anyway. That's what I want. Kind of reminds you of the SDF-1 from Robotech as far as scale and the wings off the center point. I've never seen any Robotech stuff, so I don't know. But I'm sure this isn't the first time this kind of shape has been used in sci-fi stuff. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 13. Okay. I'll just do the same thing in the other direction. One, two, three, four, 5. Obviously that has to change. But that means that we then have a decent space over what I was talking about earlier where the ship might be. So now this space is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So then probably here. Maybe we can theme these to be little shape or something. So maybe there'll be skylight in the roof like that. That could be kind of cool. Yeah, I feel like that makes sense. Sometimes I wish Minecraft blocks would fall straight down. $13, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So from here it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 or 4? 5. Nice. I feel like that makes sense. And even in the middle of the day, some of these areas can get pretty dark. Yeah, I think that'll work. I mean, obviously these shapes are going to be refined. I think it would be cool. I was mentioning this on the Spawn Chunks. I might put like a radar dish up here. I don't know if I'd put like a circular one. I think I might put like a, I don't know, radar dish. I might put something that looks Where's a good image? Something that looks like that, or two of them, could be cool. So not like a space radio radar, more like a, I'm not sure what the difference is. Just because I think that would be easier to build in Minecraft. Yeah, it looks good. And this sort of, well, it doesn't really echo the bottom there, does it? I might make that a little bit smaller. Be interesting to try my hand at building a ship. Yeah, central core. Plenty of room. Okay. Well, I know that the elevator is going to work now. So then we could have the central walls in here. That's no problem. It's kind of a fun reveal. Like if you land up here and you can't see all of this, that when you go over to an elevator and you come in, right, you see this, right? Like that's what's revealed to you. And that's kind of fun. These don't do a heck of a lot. You can still very much walk off in between them. So we know this needs at least one layer. I'd like to have lights. Maybe similar to what we did downstairs. And that's just glass and a light. So this would have to be 3 thick. Cover that up.
Joel, Cosmic has an important question. They asked, when will you be building the pink wing? At the risk of being bopped on the head? I think that was a terrible question. Ouch! Cosmic, stop bopping me on the head!
Oh, I might be able to see it there. Pink wing. Oh, it's facing the wrong way. Thank you for the question and the TTS sticker, Cosmic. Although, it's odd that you ask questions that you already know the answer to. Okay, so now that we know that this is all working, how do we want to handle the underside here? So 1, 2, 3 brings us down to there. That still leaves us a layer. I do still feel like this has to be decently thick. So maybe we're only going to be able to get 2 layers out of this. I should get more stone. I need to go get more and more stone. We are running low. A collection of orbs. Thanks very much for the follow. Appreciate it. I'm gonna make it. Oh. I need to put some lights in here. How is that going to look? Oh, this is just annoying. I'm going to have to bridge out here just to put it in. Don't know if that looks sturdy enough. Oh, it's not bad. If this changed a little bit, we could make that look pretty good. I think that's probably okay for the ceiling. Knowing that I didn't think about that first, but I AFK'd at the farm. Yeah, I left Mattcast some diamonds for the frog lights. I just AFK'd at the farm for like 6 hours or something. I took a screenshot too, just to kind of record how much you get over 3 hours. I'll have to share that in the Discord so people know. So this is what I wanted to know, was where the ceiling was going to meet this elevator. we'll have to redesign this. A really short elevator. But what that should let us do is put in frog lights up top. So if this is just placeholder, so if this is the inside wall, I wanted to put lights here. I could do that. So we could have lights going all the way to the elevator up here. So I think that'll be cool. Did I do that in a solid line, or was it on angles downstairs? Oh, I did it in a solid line. Okay. So these ones too. And I might make these yellow. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That's hard to say. So it looks pretty cool. And we could, of course, pattern this and have it look the way that we want. It was not easy to find. Oh, I knew where it was. I knew where it was. It was more about, like, how to use it. So because we've got a thick ceiling underneath this, it allows us to put this in and it won't affect down here unless we want it to. At which point we could find them and reveal them. So we can kind of capitalize on maybe having some lighting down here. So you can sort of see how that might be helpful, although the wall is going to be right up against it. Oh, there's only one block there. Yeah, I don't know if I like that, but it's an option should we need to. And at least I can see what's going on over here now. Yeah, if this happens to be like that, this center section needs to get a little bit thicker. I'm actually thinking this is going to get maybe even a little shorter, as we have to bring that out. I'm also thinking that we could make these out of andesite is a pretty cool looking material for ceilings. So that could be andesite, or this could be andesite. This is probably going to be a quartz, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah. So I didn't quite get to the underside today, but I think we got a decent amount done as far as mapping out potentially what we're going to do on the outside. When you compare that to this over here, like this feels kind of flimsy at the moment. So I think getting it to feel a little bit more chunky and robust. That's something that I've had a hard time doing, is making the build feel chunky. And that's what I want. That's a little bit trickier. I think we've got a decent plan. Still not sure about this, but we might have to rethink the way that this attaches to the ground. Anyway, I'm going to send you on to somebody else playing Minecraft as soon as I sleep. Because it's raining, obviously. Just couldn't hear it because the build is so big. Who's live right now? Pix is streaming. We could probably do that. He might be streaming for just a little while longer. Oh no, did he start before me because of the time change? That's right. We'll raid Pix. That's easy. That's easy. If you're not sure who Pix is, he's my co-host on the Spawn Chunks, Johnny. So you will enjoy, I'm sure, some time with him. I'm going to go, and I'll be back tomorrow at 9 o'clock Atlantic. And we'll be back then for more Minecraft as I try to struggle through designing this very, very strange top to the build. So thanks again to the mods. Thanks for the support today. And check out patreon.com/JoelDuggan. It's one of the better ways to support me here on stream. And I will see you all next time. Bye for now.